Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. This is a layout share, an album share. I have two albums like this. I'm going to go through one today. I use these for old photos, anywhere from the 1940s up through 1993, which for me is up until when I became a mother. So some of these are really old and some are not that old, but they're of my childhood. And I have all my mother's photos that came from her house, and I flip through them every once in a while. And whichever one strikes me and like sparks some memory of mine, that is, I choose those photos, pull them out, and I create a layout and just write what I'm thinking or remembering or feeling. And so this page I just shared a couple days ago. This is the cover page to volume 1 of this set of albums. And it just says, "A walk down memory lane, memories of my family and my childhood." And my name is there. So I'm gonna go through these. They are roughly in order, oldest to newest, but not exactly. Okay. These are photos of my grandfather, my mother's father. These are from the 50s. This one is 1918. It was taken, obviously, at Niagara Falls. I wish I knew the story of the trip. The middle one is my grandfather. And then this is him in 1946 in our hometown. I use lots of cut files on here and some simple stories, rub-ons, and papers. I'm doing my best to stay in camera here, so pardon me if I make some adjustments as we go. I have the photos for these two pages. They just are not on here. They are of my grandmother, my mom's mother, and they're older photos, 42 and from the 1920s. These are my father's family, an uncle, my grandfather who I never knew. This is the card from his that grandfather's funeral. These are my great-grandmother and two of my siblings who knew her. This is the grandma that I knew. So yeah, I use Simple Stories rub-ons and some Simple Stories background paper too, I believe. No, that might be Stampin' Up. Okay, there's this one. These are my mother and my siblings and a cousin. And I put this in a flap, not because I'm putting pictures behind it, but because my mother's handwriting is back there and I wanted to preserve that. And there's a little bit of journaling behind there too. This is my dad, one of his first engineering jobs in our hometown. And I found this newspaper clipping in my mother's effects. This was my mother's nursing school class. There's my mom. This was in 1969, like spring of 1969, if I remember the notes correctly. And then here is the yearbook from her in nursing school. And I just wanted to keep that with those photos, so I created a pocket page. This was my sister and brother-in-law's wedding in 1972. This is me. I was the little flower girl. This is the church where I grew up, my husband grew up. This is the same church where we got married. And so it was fun to do those pages. I'm pretty sure I did several of these pages before I had a YouTube channel. I did quite a bit of journaling here. These are my mother's siblings, so my cousins on that side of the family, my maternal grandparents as I remember them. And I was the youngest grandchild by quite a bit. And so my cousins were all mostly adults when I was little and growing up. Okay, so that's the first section. I thought it would be simpler to flip through if I separated it into 2 stacks. This is my father and his brothers. I did this on YouTube not long ago. This is my mom and dad at Disney in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And I just cut some florals there to add around. And I have this 6x12 in there, and I think I know what I'm going to put on this piece. That and adding my grandmother's photos are the only thing left to do for this album. So here are some more Disney photos. They just kind of fit the time period, and I wanted to capture those. I love this. It's a small world picture. I had this on my channel not long ago. I didn't have any Disney stuff, so I just printed these and colored them with colored pencil. This I did long before I had a channel. That's me and my mom and my dad, and we went to this place in northern Pennsylvania called Rainbow Paradise, and we were fishing. Coudersport, Pennsylvania. This is my parents at my brother's wedding, which was 1995. This is them camping in 96. And this is our whole family together at my parents' 50th anniversary. I'm sorry, their 60th anniversary in May of 2007. Yes, 2007. Okay, this was not my wedding. Oh, this was another brother's wedding. And these are my uncles. I created these scallops just by punching circles and used some 49 and Market frames. This is part of a pocket page, and I think it's actually out of order. I think it goes flip-flop with what's next. But these are just winter scenes. It's funny, MK actually scrap lifted this layout, and Janet Fritz they both scrap lifted this layout on the 15th of May. And really this one is meant to go this way, so I have to flip these around when I put them back in. I have a couple wax seals on there. And I created this shelf. This is all Simple Stories winter stuff. And let's see. Here is more winter. I used some snowflakes from MK Shop, some assemblage required. And I just wanted to record the scenes from the home where I lived from the day I was born until the day I got married. This I had to leave in the page protector because I have some flip flaps here. I created that little tab to pull things up. These are my parents and some very good friends, so I use this quote: "Constant use will not wear ragged the fabric of true friendship." And again, I photocopied some of my mother's handwriting from the back of the photos and added here because I wanted to preserve that. And I had quite a bit of journaling to do, so I typed that out and printed it. And this is it. This is the end of this volume. It was getting full, and I felt like this was a good place to switch to a new book. This is my parents, taken in 2009. It wasn't long after this that they had to move from that childhood home I talked about. And then my dad passed away in 2012. And this was a tribute I wrote that was read at his funeral. And then my mom 3 years later, and this is what I had read at her funeral. And those are memories of them. And I love this paper. I know I bought it at Archivers. Oh my. Probably in 2010 or so. And I saved it because I loved the clocks. And it took me a long time to do this page. My mom passed away in 2015. I probably didn't do this page, this layout, until 2020 or so. Actually, I wrote it right here. I did the hand journaling on May 11th of 2021. So it took me a while before I could scrapbook this photo and what I had written about them. And then I will create something, maybe a family photo or just a poem about the passage of time and family history and that sort of thing. That will go here. And then I will start finishing up volume 2. It's over half done. And so that's what will be next. I'll do maybe later, maybe midsummer, I will do a layout share from that. So I hope you enjoyed looking at these. I'm happy to share them. I hope they give somebody some inspiration. And I'm really grateful that you're here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any questions or anything, feel free to put those in the comments. And I will see you back here soon. Bye.